Okay, hello everybody, welcome to the new stream. Okay, my ringtone just activated, which was supposed to remind me that I should get ready for today's stream, but I got a little bit ahead of myself, so that's already on the stream too. So everything seems to be working just fine. So let me just add the link on the Discord, and then we can start making our chapel. So I guess we're just gonna go and create a new asset. Let's go to our projects, and here we're gonna name it, I guess, Gothic chapel. Okay, and then let's click save. So we have our stuff imported. And then let's create a new VXM, which is gonna be our base, or we can start with the tower maybe. I usually like to call the first one base, just because we're probably gonna need that one, and then I like to load the palette to it, just so we have the correct palette preloaded, and then we can get on working. So let's see, maybe for the base we can just create like 256 by 256. So that's basically our base grid size, so 8 by 8 blocks. And let's also center the pivot point, so everything is as it's supposed to be. So let's put this to 128. And then 128 on the z-axis as well. So yeah, like that. So we have it all centered, and then let's get rid of the pivot point, and let's just fill it with some color or some blocks, and maybe we can make it a little bit thinner also, just so it doesn't take as much space. So this is gonna be like our layout, so we can see how large we actually wanna make our model, or like where the boundaries are. So let's create a child node, maybe name this controller, and then we're gonna nest to it all of our other stuff. So let's see, and also let me just mute my phone, because you can probably hear it, come on, buzzing here and getting some random stuff. Okay, let's put it on to do not disturb. Okay, so let's get back to our project. So let's add to our controller node this base plate, so we can see the size. Okay, and if we count here, we got 3.5 in each direction, so that's 4 blocks in each side. And then if we add 4 and 4 together, of course we get 8, which is like our limit. So next thing I would like to do would be to clone this base and name it tower. I guess I have to click it. No, it's just lagging. Okay, we got our tower here. So I was thinking to maybe make like 4 towers in each corner. Well, 1 tower in each corner, so that's 4 in total. So let's see, we can start maybe by making them 2 by 2 blocks, and then we'll see if that's like too much, and if we should maybe make them a little bit smaller. And then maybe we can make this 4 blocks tall, just so we can get a rough idea of the size. And of course we didn't readjust the pivot point, so let's also go ahead and do that. So let's move it to 32 and 32 in this direction. Okay, here we got it. And I guess we can child these nodes to the controller as well. So let's name this one tower 0. And then we're gonna add these blocks to it. So, oops, that's the wrong one. Let's drag this so we have it at 96, like that. And I think the base should be 8 by 8 blocks. I don't think there would be a problem if we maybe make the roof a little bit larger. So yeah, so let me just duplicate this a couple of times. And we're gonna make these towers symmetric, so the orientation shouldn't matter too much in the end. So let's see, 96. Then we can duplicate this again into tower 2 and move it to -96. So it's basically mirrored onto the other side. And then let's duplicate it one last time. So we get tower 3. And this one is gonna go to -96 here. So just a couple more. Come on. Okay, we got it. So that's basically like the base. Well, this is the base, but so here we're gonna have our towers. And I'm just thinking maybe we could make the towers actually slightly smaller, because once we enlarge them once more, so that would be like max height, they basically cover everything up, so I don't think we really want that. Or another option would be to make them let's see, maybe 160, so that it's 5 blocks tall for the tower, and then we can make like 3 blocks for the roof. That could also work. So maybe let's put this to 160, and then we have three blocks left for the roofs of these towers. So let me just fill that in. And then we can of course make more details later on. I'm just trying to kind of figure out the shapes and sizes at this point. And of course we're gonna need to have some walls as well, so maybe let's duplicate our base and name it wall. We're gonna need to wait a moment here. Okay, so the wall should be how much? Let's see, so these are 5 blocks tall, so wall should probably be slightly shorter, so maybe we can make that 4 blocks. So that's 128, right? Okay, and then in width we have 8 blocks in width, but then each tower is 2 blocks wide, so that would be 4 blocks left. So basically we have 128 again. And then the thickness, it doesn't really need to be too thick, because otherwise all of these blocks would make our stuff lag a bit. So let's make it like so, and then let's also recenter the pivot point. So maybe we can have it at 2. Come on, okay. And then at 64. Let's see, which way do we need to go? Okay, 64. Cool. So now we can add that to the controller as well. So let's call this wall 0 and attach our wall to it. And then let's just duplicate this a couple of times, or maybe we can, yeah, I guess we're just gonna duplicate it a bunch of times, and then we're gonna rotate our stuff and everything else. So wall 2, and then let's duplicate it again, and then let's make wall 3. Oh, and yeah, I guess when we get rid of the base, it's gonna make sense. So maybe they can be indented by a little bit. So if we go all the way to the edge, yeah, we got like 126, and then if we make it maybe like 1 block inwards, that might be a little bit too much. So in that case we would go to 94, right? I think. So that's a little bit too much, maybe, or not. I mean, I think it's kind of fine. So let's, or maybe let's put it to 96 just for the sake of it. Yeah, I guess 96 is fine as well. So let's put all of them to 96, and these two will have to be rotated by 90 degrees just so they align with the other side. So this one goes to 96, and then let's drag this one to the right to minus 96. Okay. Hello. So the next thing would probably be to make like some roofs for the towers. So maybe we can duplicate our tower node, or a tower model to be precise, and then let's call it tower roof. And why we're doing that is because if we were to make the roof on the same node, it would create a larger collision box, and then it would be weird because the player wouldn't be able to step like right next to the tower, because the roof would be extended over it. So let's see, tower roof. Let's reduce the height to 96. Because that's basically our maximum object height. And then let's see how much overhang do we want to have. Maybe we can try with 80, but we'll see how that turns out. So let's fill this in, and then let's move the pivot point to 40 into both directions, just so everything is still centered. And I guess it would have been a little bit easier if we were to do that first before we duplicated all the towers, but yeah, what can you do now? So we're just gonna call it T-roof 0, and then let's put it here, then let's drag it upwards, so to 160. And then we're gonna need to repeat that for all of the others, or we can just duplicate this node, T-roof 1, and then we can just drag it to the second tower, and that's the beauty of nesting right here. So T-roof 1, oh, that one is already taken, my bad. T-roof 2, we got it there, and then let's duplicate it again into T-roof 3. And that's the last one. Okay. Okay. And now I guess let me just maybe turn on the bounding box indicators so you can see a little bit better. I think this overhang is pretty nice, and we can try to maybe make it a little bit pointier or something like that, whatever the tower roofs are supposed to look like. So maybe we can reduce the volume by a bit to make it all a little bit easier to work with, maybe once more. And then let's see, also let's turn on some of the mirrors, because the roof is gonna be symmetric, of course. And now let's see, we got 12 voxels in height, so maybe we can split it into 3 like rings or something, so they get narrower as we progress higher, and each of them can be like 4 voxels tall. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then let's get rid of these 2, and maybe we can turn on the nice lines as well, so I can see a little bit better what's going on. So here it gets a little bit narrower, and then the top 4 voxels are narrower again. So there we have it, but of course the amount of it narrowing should be a little bit larger, so it should look something like this. And I guess we can make like some transition, or well, not really like a transition, but to smooth it out kind of. Because now it's like really blocky, especially when we enlarge the size of our roof. So we can maybe make a couple of steps in between. So let's see, here we have again 4 and 2, like this. And then this one is a little bit too high, so 4 and 2, again, like that. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, we messed up a little bit down here. So let me extend that upwards. And then let's see how it turns out here. Something like that, I guess. Okay. So when we double it back in size, maybe we can just check the number of faces real quickly. Okay, we have 238, that's not really a big problem. And I'm just kind of trying to look if maybe we should... I mean, I think we have enough steps, so it kind of looks nice, at least for now. So that's no longer necessary, and then we can duplicate our base, and then let's call it roof, because we are not making like a field object. We're gonna need to cover it up in case somebody looks at it from the top. And here I was kind of thinking of, well, we're not supposed to make like transparent stuff, so I was thinking about maybe making like some kind of a pyramid shaped roof in the middle that would kind of resemble maybe some of these towers, but it doesn't have to look too similar. And then let's first make this area appropriate height, or well, not height, everything else, so width and depth. So let's erase that. Okay. And then let's do the same thing for this side. Okay. Let me see. Oh, yeah, we cut off too much. We cut off too much. So let me try to do this again. And then here I think that's the limit. We have a little bit of Vox edit technical difficulty. Why is it not deleting this? Okay, apparently I right clicked. That's probably why it cancelled it. Yeah, it was just a human error. My bad. And then maybe we can make the roof just slightly narrower, because right now it's intersecting. I mean, I can show you like this what's going on, and as you can see, when we move it around, it's intersecting with the side. So one option would be to move it higher, but then we would kind of need to texture it the same way as what we're gonna do on the side. So I think the most sense would make if we just make it shorter and narrower by a couple of voxels. So I think the thickness there is 4. So right now it should be aligned with the inner side. And then when we do this on the other side, 2, 3, 4, that should be fine. So let's check it out again maybe. And let's also trim the volume so we don't forget about that. Okay, so well, there we have our roof. And then maybe we can also try to figure out how this middle part would look. So let's see. I guess the easiest way would be to maybe just make it into some kind of a pyramid shape, like what we have for the roofs, because I guess the other option would be to make like the faces and then put them together, but I'm not sure. I mean, I think that would take like many more faces than required. So maybe we can just duplicate this and then call it, I don't know, roof window. And let's see what happens when we attach that to the roof. So where is our roof actually? Oh, that's our base. Oh, okay. Oh, we have been changing the base, not the... yeah. I guess we can get rid of the roof then. Whoops. So let's create a child node here, I guess. And then let's name it roof, or yeah, our window. We can call it like that. So it's here in the middle, a little bit shorter than the others. So that's another thing that maybe we can add a little bit of variety. So maybe this one can have like a larger base, but it's not as steep. So it's maybe more like this than that. If that makes any sense. So let's maybe reduce its size a couple of times. Oh, that's too much. We have what we have, and then maybe we can make it into a cube, I guess. So we'll see how that turns out. So now let's recenter what we had before. Let's also turn on the nice lines, and then let's try to make it like this. So here, and then here we have another voxel. So that's kind of what our roof would look like. And then also let's readjust the pivot point so it's at 6 and 6 voxels, and of course at 0 here. So that's good. And yeah, of course I forgot to enlarge it. And also let's move it upwards a bit so it's fully visible. So let's make it bigger. Okay. So that's kind of what we got for the... And I think this might still be a little bit too steep, if you ask me. So let's see. Let's maybe reduce it by half, and then this one needs to go down by 1, this one by 2, this one by 3, this one by 4. Let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this one needs to go by 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this one needs to go down by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just so we kind of keep the same heights, but all together, as you can see, we have made it slightly shorter, like that. And now if we duplicate that again in size, or actually it quadruples in size, right? Because it doubles in width and height, or actually it goes 8 times. Ooh, because also the height, so 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8, right? So quick math during summer. So I think that as far as our like rig and the model are concerned, I think that's pretty fine. We might decide to make a little bit more details later on, but I think that the base idea is kind of where we want to have it. So now we can maybe start making some details and stuff like that. So we could either start with the towers or with the walls. So maybe we can try to see what we can do here with the towers. So let's see, let's maybe make it a little bit smaller. So one option would be to make them a little bit roundier. So we could cut out some of the corners. Let's see what happens if we do them 4 by 4. Something like that. We have a bit more faces, but at least we're not creating new nodes. So I think that should be good. Let's see if there's some like unwanted stuff going on. And as you can see here, it was kind of smart that we left the roof a little bit larger, or like it's oversacting a little bit with the towers, because otherwise we would have a gap there. So that's kind of good. Okay, so maybe we can make it a little bit smaller still. And maybe we can do like a little bit larger base, so it gets a little bit narrower later on. So maybe the base can be, so this was like shrunken down 2 times, so everything that we make is gonna be 4x. So if we leave 8 voxels here, it should be 32 in the final size, I think. So I'm just gonna try to do it like that. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So maybe we can just make a little ledge here. So this is gonna be like the bottom part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's gonna be like 1 block tall once we enlarge everything back. And let's see, we could even make it slightly brighter. We'll see how that turns out. So I haven't made buildings in some time, so we'll see what happens. And then we can also make the corners slightly brighter, so that might also add a little bit of roundness to our tower. So now we can double it in size, so we can maybe add a couple of more details. So one option would be, let's see, I kind of want to keep this ledge going all the way around, so then we would need to make something like that, just so that the tower base looks a little bit sturdier. And now we need to kind of figure out what kind of details we would want to put on the tower. So when I was kind of checking out, or actually I can show you some of the reference images that I have been looking at before. I mean, unfortunately I can't have everything open at once because I don't have enough screens, but here you can maybe see a couple of stuff that I got the ideas from. So this one looks like pretty nice. Oh, this one is from Legos actually. So kind of the theme that I found out was that many of them use these circular windows, and then also this kind of I'm not really sure what to call them. I guess they're kind of Gothic doors, so they kind of start pointy and then they get roundier. So those are kind of the 2 main things that I would hope to replicate maybe here in our design. So maybe let's see, maybe find this darker shade. So maybe we can try to do some of those shapes here. And I'm just kind of eyeing the height because we'll see how that turns out. So some shape kind of like this, maybe even a little bit pointier. We can add more details later on. So maybe we can split this tower into like 2 segments, and then each of them has one of these details. So now we're gonna have to return to some basic math. So our total height is 80, and then this base is currently taking 16 voxels, I'm pretty sure. So that's 64, so we would be left off with 32 voxels per like the increment. So maybe let's try to split that now. So let's see, here's our top part. That's like this. Maybe let's just do this all the way around. And then let's see, so we need to count 30 voxels from here. Hopefully I don't miscount. I will probably figure that out a little bit later on, but let's see one. So here is 30, and then I think if we make it like that, of course it would be faster if we did it in the smaller scale, but yeah. Okay, perfect. So the bottom part is also 30 voxels tall, just to double check our counting and the math. So everything seems to be working as intended. And now I'm just kind of trying to figure out what kind of shape I want to do here to kind of make it look like those Gothic details that I have been describing earlier. So let's see, here we have 3, then here we could have like 5, so it increases by 2, and then here we have 7 maybe, like that. We'll see about that. We can still change the shape a little bit later on. And then let's try to do something similar here, so maybe it's easier to start from the top. So 2, 3, 5, 7, and then the bottom one like this. This might be a little bit too pointy, so yeah, we can adjust them later on. And then let me just make this line across, just so we can have our base on the other side. And then here maybe we can experiment a little bit with some other shape. So maybe this one starts with 2, then it goes to 4, then it goes to 6, and then it goes all the way down. So I think this one looks a little bit better, but we'll see at the end, or well, not at the end, because we're not gonna keep both of them till the end, but a little bit later on. So that's 6, right? And then let's drag it all the way down. And then we're also gonna have to figure out some stuff to do here in the corners. So let me just double this now, and we can kind of check it out. So okay, so this is the less pointy one, and this one is the more pointy one. And here you can kind of see, I'm not sure if that's gonna be like a problem that and also what happened here. Oh yeah, that is gonna be a problem, because if we make it narrower, then we're kind of left with a little gap there. So that's a little bit annoying. I guess we're gonna fix that later, or I mean, we can just make this wall a little bit wider to cover the whole width. That's one option, definitely. So that might be what we do. And then also we might want to change a little bit the shapes of these roofs, because now in the corners it's like overhanging quite a bit. So yeah, we'll see about that. And now that I'm looking at them from here, I almost prefer this one, to be honest. It's like more pointy. I think it looks better, so that's what we're gonna go with. Let me then change this one. Okay, oops, that's the wrong tool. So 5, and then I think we need to make that 3 longer, so 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, and then 3, 5, and 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So there we have that. And now let's also try to figure out what do we want to do here with the corner. So one option would be to kind of try to mimic this design, but since it's a little bit narrower, we would probably have to do something like this, I guess. I mean, it does look kind of good. Hopefully we can make it look even a little bit better. I mean, I don't think it looks horrible. I just hope we can do some stuff a little bit later on to make it look even better. So let's see how. So this is 4, this is 8, right? Okay, that's pretty nice. So let's try to duplicate that down here. So we leave 4 at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 voxels here, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. And then let's drag it now all the way down. Okay. So that's kind of like for this part of the pillar. And then let me just try to check out some of those reference images to see if they maybe have like some kind of specific texture for this base. Let me just drag this across. Let's see, can we find something? It doesn't really look like anything special. Most of them use like the brick textures, so yeah, nothing too special about that. So maybe we just make some bricks down here. That's definitely an option. So let's see, we could start doing some more details right now, but I think that can wait a bit. So let me maybe just reduce the volumes again, and then we can make just like 2 lines here, just so we can have like our base for the bricks. So the bottom one is gonna be at the bottom, of course, as the name suggests. And then I think we have 7 voxels in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have another line. And then we should have another 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, perfect. So that's gonna be for our towers right now. And I'm just kind of trying to do these incremental details. So maybe let's save everything. So we can also do some initial details for the walls, and then we'll see what we end up with. So here for the walls, I think, let's see which is the red axis. Let's maybe make it 140. Hopefully that's wide enough. Let's fill that in, and then let's move the pivot point to 70. Yeah, as you can see right now, it's still overlapping a little bit with the tower, which is, I mean, it's fine, I guess. So at the center, also, okay, I guess we're mirroring to both sides, which is alright, because I wasn't paying attention if all of these are oriented the right way. So in some cases the doors might be on the inner side, so if we just mirror everything, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just rambling. So I guess we can reduce the volume again, so we don't need like too many counts here. And again, we have decreased this by so 4 times. So if we want to make the door above the player height, which is like 64 voxels, that would be 16 here. And then maybe if we make them like 20, it's gonna be a little bit larger door, of course. So let's see if we can make the 20 voxels here. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so hopefully my calculations were correct, but after we do some details here, I'm probably gonna go ahead and export this to the game makers, just so we can actually check it out here there as well, just to double check if all of the sizes are correct. So let's see. This door look a little bit narrow, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, that's not even 1 voxel, or like not even 1 block. So 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, something like that. That kind of looks like the door that we want. And then I guess we can stick with the details a little bit longer here. So maybe we can do like some arches that like go from the towers on the sides, and then they can like arch above the door. So let's see, maybe 1, 2, 3, like here, and then let's see, 2, 1, 2, and then maybe by 1. Then they just kind of tying together like that. We'll see. We'll see. Or maybe we could, yeah, that might look, that might be even better actually. So we could make like some pillars here, and then they would kind of spread out one way into the tower, and the other way like above the door, something like that. I would just kind of wanted to see like being like that. We'll see about that, and then maybe here we can have like another ledge. Let's see. So in that case, if we wanted to do that, also actually yeah, that's the right way to do it, because yeah. So let me just reduce the volumes again, and I guess I'll just let's see, can move this by 2 inwards. Or what if we were, let's see, let me experiment a little bit. So maybe if we were to do it like that, then we could do that here, but maybe if we were to move everything 1 voxel to the right, like this. Yeah, I don't like moving it here, so maybe maybe let's do it by hand, just because it gets mirrored and everything. So we move everything here a little bit closer to the center, and then let's do it on the other pillar as well. And I have no idea why we have this thingy showing up there, but oops, but we have it apparently. Okay, so maybe something like this, just so the line kind of goes all the way across, and of course we might have a little bit of a problem again, because this rightmost or the edgemost side might already intersect. Okay, it intersects a little bit with the towers, so I guess not that big of a problem, but yeah, again. Or actually what would be really cool would be, so it would kind of connect with this breakup point in the tower, so that might be interesting as well. So we'll see how we manage to tie all of this together. So for the base or the roof now, we can just color it back to gray. And then we can also try to figure out what this middle part would look like. Another option would be to maybe make it like a tower that would have like these circular windows on it, and then it would have like a really flat roof. So that might be something interesting to add, because I don't think we have enough room to add one of those windows here. And it would kind of look weird if we were to make it like symmetric on two sides. So I think that should be here in the middle, but right now we also kind of need to keep in mind our height constraints. So maybe we can make this roof window into something like that. So let's see, maybe extend the height to 100. Let's move everything upwards all the way. And then let's see, let's reduce the volumes first, just so we end up with a little bit simpler shape. And now let's turn on the nice lines. And then let's see here. So yes, we can make this a little bit taller, and then we can make just these incremental widths. So like this, like that. One more, and okay, we have reached the max width, so maybe let's get rid of that. And then let's just extend this downwards. And then let's make it larger, so it kind of, okay, once more. So it is a little bit shorter than the tower roofs, but it hopefully has enough room to maybe make some kind of a circle shape. So let's see how many voxels do we need to get like a good outline. So let's see. Yeah, that's gonna be too much. Let's see, so 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, okay. So I think we need to make it a little bit taller, just so we have enough room to fit the whole circle in. So like that, like this. And then let's finish it up there. Okay. And I guess we could make it even slightly narrower if we wanted to. So, oh, and we don't have it on the other side. So, okay, let me. That's the slightly annoying thing when you're using the double mirrors, is that you need to always keep in mind that you have one more side to complete. Like that. Oh, and we need to upscale it back again. And I clicked one too many times, so let's keep it proportional, like that. Okay, now we can get some ideas or some better ideas what's actually going on around in this model. So let me just export it to the marketplace so we can check it out in the game maker to kind of see if the proportions work as they should. So let's wait a bit. I guess we can already launch the game maker while we're waiting for that. And I guess I'm just gonna take a quick sip of my water so I can keep talking without having a sore throat or something like that. Okay, so that's much better. Let's create a new asset. What did we call this one? The Gothic Chapel, right? Gothic Chapel. Just to keep the names consistent. Okay, let's get rid of that tab. And then let's go to the test, which is kind of our default map for testing stuff out. Okay. And then let's see, chapel. Okay, there it is. Let's place it down somewhere near the spawn point. And then if we get into the game, yeah, the door kind of look large enough, like a single person could fit in. Maybe we could make them like a little bit taller. So yeah, more or less they look fine, or like the size and everything. So yeah, I guess we can now get back to Vox Edit to continue making some details. But let me just save this in case we want to check out the updated version later on. So there is that, and here is like our chapel in the Vox Edit. And I guess what I would kind of like to have, let me just reduce the volumes. I guess what I would like to have would be maybe to have like a little bit more perceivable or something like that, this top side. And then we also know that this voxel kind of aligns nicely with the breakup point at the towers. So I think I would like to keep that one as well, but for the rest we're still kind of trying to figure out what to do. And then so let's see, maybe we could actually make this inner arch slightly taller just to fit in these larger doors. So let's see, how do we want to do that? Maybe we can do something like that. Then here I think the curvature would be a little bit nicer if we were to do it like that. We could also try doing it like this, but I think I would prefer to have it a little bit more rounded, so something like that. And then here in the middle, maybe we can, I mean, I kind of want to keep these two symmetric, but it's really tough if we want to make the door larger, so maybe we can try doing something like that. Yeah, but then there's also like a lot of this yeah, I think I would prefer to have it here maybe. Making curves with blocks is yeah, quite challenging, to be honest. So maybe we can do something like this, just so we have a little bit larger door. And I think everything should align nicely now. Okay. And then also I think I would like to maybe make some kind of that castle wall texture, so it's kind of going up and down. So maybe here we can make this a little bit lower, and then we should start from the center, of course. That's usually better because otherwise you can be left with some weird gaps here. So maybe we have a gap of 3, and then we leave 4 voxels, and then we make another gap of 3, and then 1 2 3 4, and then 1 2 3, so something like that. I guess we can leave the I'm gonna get rid of the colors, or at least of the darker one. So if we double it back, let's see what we're left with. Okay, so yeah, I guess we need to move the roof slightly downwards, but other than that we are still kind of fine. So let's just drag this downwards a little bit to 116. Okay, and let's see, we have 560 faces. That's also pretty reasonable. And another kind of nice thing that we have is like these details kind of align with the middle part of the spike or something, whatever we want to call these. So that's also kind of helpful, I guess. And now to kind of emphasize these wall teeth or whatever, we could either make like an outline there, although kind of doubt that would work best. So maybe let's move this line even slightly downwards, just so we have some room here to do some other details. Like that. Cool. And then I think we would wanna maybe add some of the brick textures as well here. So let me try to align that with the like where it's going on the pillar or on the tower. So if we make that smaller in size, we should have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Perfect. And I guess we're just gonna continue that on this side with the door, and then let's continue it upwards as well. So that's 7 2 4 6 7 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah. I'm no longer counting. 3 6 7. Okay. So maybe we start that just like this, because we're also gonna make the curves a little bit more defined, just so we don't end up drawing across everything. So maybe 3 3, and then 2 2, and then 1. So now our door have a little bit more of a shape, and then maybe we can make this just 1 voxel taller, just to kind of emphasize it a little bit more. And then let's do something similar with these curves. So maybe we can just make them a little bit smoother here, maybe a little bit smoother there. Then maybe this can be 3 voxels, and this one can be 2. Although you can see here, right, it kind of breaks off, so maybe let's try to smooth it in a bit. let's see, so here it has 1, 2, 2, and then 3, 3. It kind of helps. And let's maybe... So these transitions are kind of apparent. I mean, then we would need to make one here as well, right? So just trying to make kind of a nicely curved line. Hopefully we kind of manage to do that. Kind of. And now let's do it on the other side as well. And this is kind of a different style of a curve, so we're gonna need to smooth it out a little bit differently. So first I'm just kind of easing off these intersections, and then you can kind of see that maybe we can adjust a couple of voxels here and there just to make it look a little bit better. Also here you can see it transitions from 1 straight into 3, so let's get rid of that. So we have 2, 2, but then we have this drop that's a little bit large, so maybe 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe this one can be also 3 and then 4 here. So that's kind of a nicely curved line, at least on the inside. So maybe let's try to figure it out on the outside as well. So here we have 2 voxels, and then we need to kind of smooth out this one. So maybe with something like that. Okay, so I'm pretty happy how the inner side turned out, but we still have some work to do here because I'm not too happy with the looks here. So maybe this can help a little bit. Let's see, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, and these are all ones. I mean, we could... And this does look a little bit better. I think I kind of like it that way. Maybe just do this here just so we have these in line, I guess. That's also like a minor thing. And then I think what I would also like to do would be to create some outline for the door, just to make them stand out a little bit more. And also I'm kind of thinking if we should be maybe using some different brown. So that's one of them. This one is also, this one has a little bit more shades, so let's see what this one looks like. So I think this one looks a little bit more like wood that we want to use. I mean, what else do we have? This one is like really grayish. It kind of fits, but again, not that big of a fan, so maybe let's try to do something like that. And I'm also thinking whether, oh no, whether we should make this a little bit bigger drop than what we had before. So yeah, that kind of looks nice. And then let's see, 3. Let's see what it would look like if we did that. Okay, so that looks quite nice. So I think that's where we can leave it off for the wall before we move on to the towers, or maybe we can just finish off with these lines here. So we just want oh no, like that. Okay. And here is gonna be the last one. Well, maybe we can squeeze one more in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that, I guess. Okay, and then let's double it back. So there's And also, yeah, I was just kind of thinking that if this connects with this dark thingy on the wall, it would kind of make more sense if this was a darker color as well. So let's see. So something like that, I guess. And then let's do it also here at the top, like so. And okay, the other details were already done in the smaller ratio, so I guess we're now left off with smoothing some of these curves. Let's see. So this is 2, 4, so maybe 4. Now it's at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this one is even larger, so this one is probably gonna be 8, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, and then let's do 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we have like a nice arch or whatever that is on the inner side. Then let's see, here we have 2, maybe we can do 4 or 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 7 maybe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 9, I guess, is the next logical increment. So 6, 8, 9, maybe even a little bit more, just because this is slightly larger still. So there we kind of have our shape, and then we need to, of course, duplicate it on the other parts as well. And if we get rid of that one voxel, it kind of makes it a little bit more nicely rounded at the top. So maybe let's do that first, and then let's see what we need to do. 2, and then 1, 2, 3, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. And now I guess we need to go to the inner side, so that's 4, 4, then 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the bottom one probably takes 8, right? 3, 4, 5. Oh, come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let me just double check that here. 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, that's good. And then we have 2 voxels in between, and then let's just drag it all the way down. So that's arches on one side. Let me save it here, and then let's do it again on the other side. So I have 2, 4, 6, and 8, like that. And then 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then here we have 2 voxels in between, and then that's it for the top one. And then let's do the bottom one as well real quickly. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 7, 6, 8, and then like that. So there we have all of our straight sides finished, and then let's try to figure out what we want to do with the corners as well. So here we can maybe put this in half, so it's 4 and 4. Then we can also make this a little bit taller. Okay, sure. Then let's see, I guess we need to go to 8. 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's good. And then let's drag it downwards. Then what we want to do here on the inner side, maybe we can just do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. And then let's do it here by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, come on. And then I guess it would kind of make sense if we were to do something here as well. So maybe we can leave 4 voxels in between and then just end it up there. Okay, there's one missing and that's good. And then also maybe we can make the tip a little bit roundier or a little bit pointier. That's also an option. So let's go ahead and do something similar here at the bottom. So now we have 4 there, and then 4 on the inner side. Like that, and I think we have made it slightly taller in the middle. Okay, all of these details, man. So this is 8 here, 8, then probably 8 down here. Just kind of trying to remember what we did on the other side. Like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then at the bottom we left 4 blocks or 4 voxels of space in between, and then just drag it all the way down. So let me just check here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Something like that. So let's save this now. And then maybe we can make these sides also go a little bit like in this same shape that we have going on all or everywhere across our assets. So let's see. Oops, that's not a color. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see what this looks like. So it's not quite the same curve as what we have here. I'm just kind of trying to decide whether that's a problem or not. Let me see. So I think it would definitely look nicer if we have some more rounded stuff going on. But maybe we can just extend this a little bit downwards just to kind of make this shape a little bit more apparent. And then I guess we can try to do it on the other on the other instances of it. So let's see, 2 increment 1, like that. Right, and then we go down by 2 again, and then by 3 again, then by 4, that's 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4, and then this one is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So there we have the second one. Now we're gonna need to rotate a little bit, so something like that. So 1, 1, and then 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then the last one, at least for this detail. Oh, come on. Now you're just joking with me. Okay. Sure. Can still do it. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So there we have it, folks. A little bit more details on our towers. And then I guess it would kind of make sense that these corner thingies would have them as well. So at least we only need to do 2 of those because they are getting mirrored a little bit differently. So let's turn on this. And then let's see, here's 1, 2, 3, 4 voxels of room. So like that. And then let's see. Four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a little bit too much, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And now let's do the same thing again on the other side. So we leave 2. Wait a sec. Okay. 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here we have the other one, and then the last one, so we can actually see 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then let's see, can we, yeah, we can have it like that. So we have 1 voxel, then let's get to here, then 1 voxel again, let me see, and then 2 down, and I think 3 down, no? 2, 3, 4, and 6. Okay, we have messed something up. So 2, 1, and okay, so here is 2, 3. Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. And then let's see here. Oh no, we wanted 2, not 3. So okay, I think now it's supposed to be fine, hopefully. I don't know. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I hope those are the way they're supposed to be. And then here I'm just thinking if we should somehow connect these two together, or if it's fine that we have like a little gap in between. Also here there's still something I don't really like, so maybe let's try to Yeah, I think that's better. It's just like a little thing, but I think it's better now. And I guess we can start detailing some of this door. So that's where they come together, basically. Then we can add some shadow at the bottom. Like this. Then maybe we can add some. So let's say they're made out of straight planks, and then we can do some textures later on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like this. Okay, so that's with the door. Okay. So maybe for this inner part, I was kind of thinking if we could somehow maybe make it look like these doors were like indented a little bit. So maybe we can do that with some shadows. So let's see if we can do that here, and then maybe let's just make the pointy door part like this. So I think how we can add some depth to this would be to create some darker outline for this door, and then we can put in like some middle gray in between this arch and then this door, kind of shadow or something. So let's see what we can get done here. And then maybe here towards the top, this can get like a little bit narrower. Let's see what are we doing here. So maybe just 1 voxel of outline, something like this. Now we just kind of need to figure out where the transition should happen, like from 2 voxel outline that we have here at the bottom to 1 voxel outline that we have there at the top. So I'm not sure if there's like a perfect place anywhere. Let's see. So maybe something like this, and then let's fill in a little bit darker color. Hopefully that kind of works as what we wanted to do. So there we have that. So let's save it now. And maybe we can do some details on the roof windows. I almost accidentally called it the tower clock. But this is not a big band, so yeah. And then I think I'm gonna call it a day for today. Because to be honest, making these buildings is not the most exciting thing that I have ever done. And I'm kind of getting bored a little bit, and yeah, I think it's better to finish or to end the stream a little bit earlier than me getting a nervous breakdown here from all of this tiny detaily stuff that we need to do still. So yeah, hopefully the next stream is a little bit more entertaining and a little bit longer as well. So as far as the roof window is concerned, I think this is kind of the max. Yeah, and also we need to make it a little bit roundier here. So from the outside, I think it was already fine, but from the inside, you can see here, you should start with 4 and then 3, 2, 1, not basically any other way around. So that's a pretty nice circle, if you ask me. And then if we go ahead and check out some of this stuff that we have here, let's see, where can we see that? So here's like some details, hopefully that's visible on the screen, at least I hope so. So I'm just gonna try to make some simple details in the window, just so it's not just a circle. Maybe, well, let's try to make something and then we'll see what we got. So maybe we can start with a simple cross. So maybe let's just mirror everything onto the other side as well, just so we have some kind of idea what we're doing with our windows. So we could even make them like being split into 8ths. That would kind of fit with the overall Gothic theme, I think. So we just need to kind of make sure they look nice when we scale them. So let's try to make these diagonal lines a little bit nicer, like that, like this. And then I'm thinking of maybe making, well, it's kind of difficult to describe, but so they would kind of round a little bit and then connect with this part, although I'm not 100% sure how to do that. So let's see. We can try something like this. And let's see, do something like that. Okay, so this is kind of what we're trying to do, but we need like a middle part in between here. So maybe 1, 2, 3. And then just kind of trying to make it nicely round. But then in this case, okay, it's gonna be a little bit tricky to do this, to be honest. Let's try and see how much we can undo. Okay. And also, let me get rid of those. So if we were to do, maybe let's try doing it like this, and then we'll see what we end up with. So we have some brighter outline on the inner side. Like that, let me just check it out here. Okay. I mean, the diagonal lines, they look a little bit narrow actually. So these are actually, oh, that's 4. So in that case, maybe let's make these a little bit more narrow. Like that. Like this. Okay. So that's good. And now I'm just kind of trying to do some rounded stuff. So maybe we can just do something like that. Maybe like this. Well, let's start with this and then we'll see what we wanna do from there on. Yeah, I think we should just connect it here. And then maybe if we just do some overlap between these, can make it look pretty nice. It's not gonna be like the best circle, but it kind of accomplishes what we wanted to accomplish. So yeah, now I'm just thinking if we should kind of smooth out this outer side, or I think it's kind of cool that we have like this rugged outer side and then it gets kind of smoother on the inside. So let me just try to replicate that on this side as well. And then I think that's gonna be it for today. So like that. And then let's fill this in. Okay, the top part as well. Let's not forget about that one. And a little bit more. Okay. And then what we have done there was something like this. Then at the bottom as well. And then for these diagonals we didn't do really much. We can just smooth out some of these curves. And while we're at it, I think it would kind of look nice if we were to do it for the outer side as well. So let's do that 3 and 2, 3 and 2, and then 1 in the corner. Of course, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Which is better? I think this one is a little bit better, even though it's not like... It could be a little bit better circle, but I think we're just gonna leave it as it is. Maybe we can try here, maybe 4, 2, 2, 1, then 2, and then 4. So we can kind of... Yeah, I think this one is better. So let me just add one voxel here, 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 and here. Yeah, I think that's much better. How much one voxel can do, right? So 4, 3, 4, 2, 1, and 1, 2 here. Like that. And then while we're at it, I guess we can smooth this outer part as well, just so we can say that we're done with our roof windows. So let's see, 2, maybe, yeah, let's do just the in-between parts, and then we'll see if we wanna do some extra smoothing. Yeah, I guess we can do, we can make these parts a little bit narrower, just so we can have some more of a transition. So maybe 3 here, and then we have 4. That's gonna be it. 3 and then 4. Here we have 3 and then 4, and then We also want to have 3 and then 4. Sure. Okay. Now here 1, 2, then 3, and then we're gonna do the 4th one. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then let's add 1 voxel here, here, and here, and then 2 and 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. And then the inner part, let me just be a little bit nitpicky right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, maybe. Oh well. What would happen if we did something like that? That's a little bit too much. So let's see. 4, 2, 2, and then a couple of 1s. Yeah, this might work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. Wait a sec, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 2, then some 1s. Oh, come on. 2, 2. Okay, so we are getting close to making these circles as they're supposed to be, at least in my opinion. So let's just do a couple more details and then we're gonna be finished. Although I have said this probably more times than I can count. And then 2, 2, and like that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 2. Okay, so I think that's it's something like that. I think what we should have. So, and then on the inner side we can make some more roundy stuff. But yeah, I have said that's gonna be it for today. Sadly, I need to stop myself, otherwise I'm never gonna stop. Thank you everybody who tuned in and watched till the end, and until next time I hope you have a great life and everything, and until next time, bye bye.